Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a live look over at Metro Airport. If you're planning on flying for the holidays, this place might not be as busy. In fact, a new Bankrate survey finding only 1 in 5 adults are planning to travel for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's down 27% from last year. You'll find fewer young adults at the airports. The number of Gen Zers who plan to travel home to family is down 14%. For millennials, it's down 9%. So to talk more about this, I'm going to bring in David Fishman. He is the owner of Cadillac Travel. David, thank you so much for joining us. Can you explain why the numbers are down? I mean, 27% is a pretty significant drop.
It's really, I mean, it's been going on as a slow progression as people keep an eye on what's going on with tariffs and prices. So, travel is a discretionary purchase and tends to be one of the more expensive discretionary purchases and non-necessary discretionary purchases. So people are keeping an eye on what's happening with their dollars for, going forward for the holidays, for gifts and different things like that ahead of travel. So they're kind of sidelined a little bit as they see what's going to happen with the pricing. The good news is pricing's kind of flattened out and inflation hasn't gone up as much, but people are still worried about what's going to happen moving forward.
So I'm surprised to hear you say the pricing has flattened out, because from my perspective, I thought it's been increasing. I could be wrong, but that's just what I see when I check to see what a ticket's going to cost. It is up, year to year though, which of course is normal. But do you see prices either staying where they're at or jumping a little bit before the holiday season hits?
Well, once again, it's always, if you're flexible, you can save money on travel. There's ways to save money. If you're traveling on the high peak times, they're gonna be more expensive. But in a general sense, pricing has come down from where it peaked in the early, like the early 21, 22, 23, when things started really opening up. Prices went through the roof. So they were going up at a dramatic pace. So they have flattened out or actually started to come down. And what you'll see is, and I know people think, well, I can't plan right now, but it's actually a better idea to plan when travel is reducing. Because what will happen is the vendors will go, oh my God, we have to get people back on the planes and on the cruise ships and in the hotels and traveling again. So you should see moving forward, pricing starting to come down, and you should take advantage of it. And then of course, always protected by taking insurance or things, if there's things that happen in your own life that makes it so you might not be able to afford it, or there could be problems. So travel insurance is a huge part of this process too.
So just to highlight that then, your belief is that because there's going to be fewer people traveling, the airlines, cruise lines, hotels, and so on and so forth, those prices could drop because the companies are seeing less revenue and they're trying to make it up?
42 years of doing this, seen it every time. When people stop traveling, the vendors will go, we need them. We got to lower our prices. And so history has pretty much repeated itself over and over again in this industry.
Gotcha.
So you should start seeing that. But also, take advantage. There's other ways to save money. Like I said, flexibility, off-season travel, getting credit cards that will extend your pay so it makes it easier for you, or setting up a travel vacation account. And when you get some of these credit cards, they give you a lot of points. So finding the dates that you can use the points, so that will save you money. So there's ways to find ways to save money and travel less expensive. But I'm telling you, moving forward, you will see pricing go down if people are not in the airports.
Gotcha. I wanted to ask you too, while we have you here, there is obviously a large appeal to using some of these discount airlines because that initial price looks so good. But by the time you add on every fee of choosing your seat, and if you want to be able to breathe in the plane, it feels like you have to pay for that now too. I even saw WestJet is now offering, or will be offering, where if you want to recline your seat, that's going to be an additional fee.
Yeah, space is big. So yeah, most of the time, and right now, our second largest carrier out of Metropolitan Detroit had been Spirit. And we know they're in their second filing, almost probably in their third filing, bankruptcy. So it's almost impossible to fly in Spirit, especially if you need to get somewhere. So what's happening in the airline industry, and has for the discount in particular, has been the nickel and diming on costs of things. So even when you're maybe going to start seeing Southwest assign seats now and some of these other things, you're going to start to they're starting to charge for things, and they've been an excellent one and not nickel and diming. So you have to look at the overall cost when you're purchasing your airline tickets.
Yeah.
It's really important because they can get you 20 different ways. Yes, and pretty soon it's going to be you got to pay to go to the bathroom. I think the pay toilet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you want a seatbelt? That'll cost you extra.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a little bit extra too. Yeah.
All right.